What is the Grim Reaper's favorite type of sandwich? R.I.P. Nut butter. Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday, my friends. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining us. Sorry I missed you last night. I just spent all my day being busy, and I ran myself completely out of energy. I took a nap, and I couldn't get up from it. I woke up just long enough to let you know that I wouldn't be able to stream, and then I passed right back out. I hate to miss a stream like that. But unfortunately, it has to happen every now and then. But I'm very happy to be with you tonight. I hope you've been doing well this week. And let me say hello to everybody personally. We've got Conga Line Monkey first in chat tonight. Welcome in, Conga. And Lucent Jelly close behind with the snowmen and cheese. It's beginning to look a lot like Wisconsin. We finally got some snow. The last couple days, it's been snowing. We got like 2 or 3 inches last night, and it was snowing very light all day today. I didn't see how much might have accumulated though. It's hard to tell. I'm not really good at estimating how much snow has fallen. We had our first proper snow last night, Conga says. Right on. And Stevie and Major, good to see you again, Stevie. Kill that Dracula. That's the plan. Have you, if I may ask, have you finished up Castlevania 64 yet? Let me, find my timer. Still playing it. Just did the bomb part. Was fun. The bomb part is a little bit tricky. I think, mostly because you have to figure out how to remove that seal first, and that can be a little bit unclear. But I don't think it's too bad. Once you understand the bomb part, it's not that hard. Yeah, just requires a little bit of patience. There's a couple places where you can meet some bad luck, where you feel kind of robbed. Especially rushing past those skeletons. The skeletons on motorcycles, the ones down the hallway. But look, you're not gonna hear me say a lot of negative things about Castlevania 64. I might say a part is hard, but I'll never say a part is too hard. I'm a champion for that game. And for this game, alright, we're going to play, we've got 2 games tonight. We've got Castlevania here. We're going to play a couple runs through this. We're working on whip only. I may do a run with the sub-weapons. Also, we'll see. The last time I played with sub-weapons, I was 4 hits away from a damageless run. And, I know that 2 of them are avoidable. Actually, three of them are avoidable. It's just a matter of finding the right weapon. So we may practice that again. But our main goal is to do whip only runs. with the ultimate goal of achieving a deathless whip-only run. I've gotten 1 CCs several times now, so it's all just a matter of getting really lucky on our first encounter with death. If we do that, we can beat the game. We can beat the game without dying with only the whip. But in practicing for this, I've also kind of discovered I'm really close to an any percent damageless run. So depending on how the night's going, we may make one attempt at that too. We'll see. Whip only is the focus, though, as the icon suggests. So we're gonna dive into our first run here in a moment. We're gonna do this for a couple hours, somewhere between 2 and 4 runs, probably. If we're really struggling, we may call it early. But after that, we're gonna move over to Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, I am in a really bad situation. The Dark Souls playthrough is a first playthrough. It's blind. I just made it to a pair of bosses. I have to fight 2 bosses simultaneously, and I don't know what I'm doing, so it's gonna be a bit of a struggle in that game. Oh, Stevie said, even when I die in Castlevania 64, it makes me smile. It's amazing. I love it. I love this enthusiasm for such an underrated game. That was probably enough to kill him, I'd say. In response to kill that Dracula, but I don't get what that was about, Jelly. my joke was bad enough to kill Dracula. Is that what we're saying? It sure was. So, the no music glitch seems to just happen whenever you let the demo play for a bit. It doesn't seem to be like that rare or mysterious like I thought it was previously. It seemed to me that I was getting the no music glitch all the time, and that was like, it was surprising to me, but it shouldn't have been, because I let the demo play and talk over it all the time. Hello, Greg. Welcome in. Greg's Retro Channel. I hope your Tuesday is going well, my friend. We're just starting up. This is the first attempt of the night at the whip-only Castlevania. Let's have a good bat fight. How did the first strike, did I really... I'm surprised some of these strikes are missing. Damageless bat, let's go! That's a good way to start stage 1. Excuse me. While I think I can do damageless any percent, damageless whip only will never be a thing. It's nice that I'm able to sometimes do stage 1 damageless, but it's never gonna be better than that. My best damageless streak is and will always be up to Medusa, but I don't know how to fight Medusa without taking damage, you know, in the whip-only category. My strategy for so many of the bosses is just arrive with a lot of health and then tank all the damage. It's damageless as possible in any percent because I can safely cheese the bosses with a sub-weapon. But without that cheese, I'm just way too vulnerable. Yuck. I've been dying to those things so much lately. That's terrible. That's terrible. What a way to lose everything. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I'm just, those fallen platforms, they have, I've lost the feel for them or something. Welcome in, Leo the Good Moose. Thank you for joining us. I didn't even see it hit you. I know, I was robbed. It's time to start sending Konami angry messages. Thank you for joining us, Leo, and thank you for the follow a few days ago. Very happy to have you on board with us. Have you ever played Clock Tower on the SNES? I have not, Stevie. I know a little bit about it. Like I've seen what it looks like, and I know of the Scissor Man who chases you around in that game. But I haven't actually played it for myself. Might be a fun one to do sometime. I actually own Clock Tower 2 and Clock Tower 3, but I don't have the first one. I'm more likely to play those because I already own them. I tend to only play things that I own physically. With very rare exceptions, I'm mostly a physical and original hardware kind of guy as often as I can be. I mean, I'm lucky. I built up a really big retro collection long ago when it was still affordable, and so like, what's the point of having all this stuff if I'm not going to use it, right? But that is one I might like to check out at some time. Sir Rack of Lamb, good evening. Welcome in. NES hitboxes are terrible. I know. They're terrible when they work not in my favor, at least, right? I love the 8-bit games. Right on. I'm right there with you, Leo. I feel like the NES. I would say the NES is probably my favorite console. I really love the well, I love a lot of retro consoles, but I think the NES, if I could only play one for the rest of my life, it would be the NES games. I just love 8-bits. Tusk, welcome to the stream, Ferrum Tusk. I hope you're doing well today, my friend. Thank you for flipping us upside down for a little while. You spin me right round like a Frownie turning upside down. I'll take it. I think they'd be too busy laughing at the fact that you're sending angry letters about a 36-year-old game to take it seriously. Yeah. Agreed, Greg. I don't think my angry letters would do much to would do much to affect the game at this point. I have to think about these things and hope they work. That's the strategy I take with every joke that I tell, Tusk. All right, let me have another sip of coffee, and then we'll make another run at it. So if you haven't been here, for whip only, we are allowed to collect the upgrades. And if I pick up hearts and money bags, that doesn't really matter either. But I've got to avoid the invincibility, the rosary, and any of the sub-weapons. I need to avoid touching those at all costs. If I'm really late into a run and I make a mistake and I touch an item, I may still complete the run just for the late stage practice. But for a true deathless whip only run, we want to make none of those mistakes. The meat, I'm trying not to collect the meat, but if I need it, I'm gonna grab it. I'm not being too strict about avoiding the meat. I shouldn't need it. But I mean, you know, I make lots of mistakes, so if it comes to that, I'm going to allow myself to have it. How does he do it? Drinking upside down. Well, fortunately, I've had a lot of practice. Gotta love the old school permadeath. Yeah, I complain about limited continues in games sometimes, but I'm actually not that opposed to them. Philosophically, it just hurts when I'm, you know, when I'm far into a game and I run out of continues, but so while like everyone, I will complain about not having enough continues. I'm actually not really opposed to limited continues in retro games. It depends on the game and stuff, but like I've said before, like Castlevania could actually Castlevania has unlimited continues, but I would if it had limited continues, like if you only had 3 continues for Castlevania, I would still say the game is completely fair. Because it's a short game, and it's of the type where, you know, the whole point of the game is to be running an obstacle course. So forcing the player to go back after a certain number of mistakes is not unreasonable. Racket Lamb says, I've been playing Magic Boy. Hitbox is very unforgiving. About 2 or 3 pixels larger than they should be. Oh my. Two or three pixels is a lot of territory in one of these games. Thought I was gonna miss that jump. Risefall, welcome in. Thank you for joining us again. I hope your week has been going well. Alright, let's see. Can I do this? Those we played this on Friday night too, and those platforms gave me a lot of trouble on Friday night as well. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I've got coffee, I've got cheese, I've got fruit. I'm playing a fantastic game and doing okay at it tonight so far. So I've got a few things to complain about. This isn't a vegetarian run. It could be. It could be, Jelly, if I if I play well enough, I can get by without the meat sometimes. No! The run is ruined. Sadness. You make this game look easy. Well, when I'm doing okay, I suppose I do. Sadly, though, I'm far from perfect. R.I. Peanut Butter the Run. What's really silly about Magic Boy is that you can crouch, but it does not change your hitbox height or the height of your weapon. That is unacceptable. I'm having a lot of trouble clearing my throat. That is unacceptable. What is the point? What does the crouch do for you? Does it have any effect anywhere in the game if it doesn't change your hitbox? Like, is there wind that crouching will protect you from, like, knockback or something from? Or is it the crouch just completely aesthetic with no function? Was playing Little Samson, Stevie says. The final boss is basically a one-hit kill, too much of a difficulty spike for me to finish. That sounds immense, like it could be immensely frustrating. Especially, you know, if you're playing, like, if you got limited continues, or it takes a long time to get to that boss. One-hit death is, I don't think I would be very happy about discovering that. Ricefall says it's cool when you can choose. Crash 4 was like that. Unlimited, or you had limited extra lives. I definitely think it's good for a game to have I definitely think it's good for games to have difficulty options. I like the idea of a game having a normal and an easy mode for people who don't want their games quite as brutal as I like them. I do like the idea of I do like the idea of denying a player a true ending if they lower the difficulty, though. I think that there should be some negative side to lowering the difficulty of a game, but I think the option should be there. Cows, welcome in. Great to have you back with us, my friend. I hope your trip went well for you. Let me step away from the camera for just a moment. I don't know if my voice is ever going to clear up. we might just be stuck with me like this tonight. Everything went very well. Looks like I shouldn't have to travel until January. Excellent. Hopefully that means we'll get to enjoy your company more or less uninterrupted, my friend. Though I may be missing several streams next week. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving in the States next week, and I will likely be meeting with family to celebrate, and that'll probably mean I have to miss several of the streams later in the week. But we'll let you know. I'm expecting the Monday and Tuesday stream to go normally, but and we may do something special for Tuesday as well next week. But I'll probably miss Wednesday through the rest of the week. Loyal to Soil, welcome in. Hope you're having a great night, Loyal. Very happy to see you, buddy. Am I first in chat? I have to tell you, you're not, and I'm kind of happy you're not, because I've been streaming for about 40 minutes, Loyal. So I would be a little sad. I'd be a little sad if I were streaming for 40 minutes and nobody showed up. Rag of Lamb says it's a one-hit kill in Magic Boy as well. It's not a hard game. You can easily clear the first 8 levels with no death / 1 credit. It's the hitbox that makes it hard. And I think you said also that the the crouching has no purpose. So it's just purely an aesthetic change. I don't get it. I don't know why they would do that to you. Cal says yes, looking forward to it, and hope you have a good time. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. There's a chance, you know, we might be snowed in, and meeting up might not be something we can accomplish. The snow started yesterday. I don't know what next week's, you know, supposed to look like, and we probably won't have, you know, a reliable forecast for another several days yet, but I'll have to watch VODs to get my Frownie fixed, Tush says. We have the music this time, alright. I just realized we're 40 minutes in and I haven't made it. I haven't made it halfway through the game. Maybe I should stop being so picky about resetting and just I'm resetting. How in the world are they going to drop so many items so quickly? I know that reset wasn't actually necessary there, but... Alright, come on, let's have a good run. A holy water and then a stopwatch, like... The two most useful weapons, and they're both dropped on the first screen. Again! This game is determined. This game is determined to ruin the project. This is gonna be a super slow playthrough because I'm gonna be afraid after every enemy strike. Speaking of VODs, I feel like I've been kind of on a roll with getting the archive up to date. It's still way behind, but I've worked on it more consistently lately than I think I ever have. I've been trying to publish 2 nights worth of VODs every day. because that way I have a chance of slowly catching up to present day. Another damageless bat. Feel pretty good about that. Are you using the Master Sword to reset the NES? No, I'm using the first sword that you get from the guy in the cave. The "It's dangerous to go alone, take this sword." Alright, let's just keep playing. I want to get through the game. This is now a dead run, but we'll keep doing it just to see the whole game. Get properly warmed up. I'm more afraid of items than I am of any enemy. Like, I don't fear taking damage at any point. Well, maybe the platforms in the next room. Maybe I'm afraid of those. But the items are just the worst thing. Glad the sword's being put to good use after all that Link put it through. You know, technically any game in the Legend of Zelda timeline after A Link to the Past that has the Master Sword is not canon. It very explicitly says at the end of A Link to the Past that the Master Sword has been put to rest forever. Welcome back, Loyal. Just tossed a pizza in for dinner. Right on. For dinner I had a banana and almonds. That's all I had for dinner. I've got snacks now during the stream too, though. I've got some fruit, some cheese, and some coffee as normal, but I was gonna make oatmeal for dinner, but then I decided to just have everything except the oats. I doubt they had the timeline in mind back when they made A Link to the Past, though. I mean, I don't believe in the timeline anyway, Greg. I just, I refer to it as a conversation piece, but, I don't really believe in it. The timeline is something you came up with later, yeah. I like that all the games are vague. I like the idea of all the games being only vaguely connected. I don't need a strict order or anything like that for them. They're all legends, not facts, Stevie says. Yeah, that's the view that I like. This is the most illegitimate run. Probably could get by without this meat, but let's pick it up anyway. Oh, yuck. This is going to go not my way. Will you get out of my corner? I don't know what that mummy's problem was. This corner is supposed to be where I hang out. What's your best overall time for this game? I couldn't tell you, Rack of Lamb. I don't run the timer. I don't run the timer for the purpose of achieving a good time. Time is a metric I don't actually care about. I run the timer just as a way of keeping me focused and like as a visual like explanation of like why I'm not doing a very good job at reading the chat. But I really could kind of care less what the timer reads. I will always go slowly if that's what it takes to be safe. But I beat the game in around 20 minutes generally, so you know, just over 20 minutes is what it takes me to beat the game usually. Infinite Skyline, welcome in. It takes a valiant warrior to stream this late. Well, thank you. That's me. That's me. Heroically avoiding bedtime. Frankenstein is my big problem for wanting to do a damageless run. Frankenstein I can't really escape from. Loyal said, "Miss you, Frownie. Happy you're back." And did you play Outnumbered? No, the stream is titled Outnumbered because I have to fight. I have a 2v1 boss fight in the next game. I am unaware of any actual game titled Outnumbered. Sorry, I know I'm a little behind and or have missed some of the chat. I'm catching lines here and there, but I'll rewind it and read everything I missed between runs. I do value what you have to say, my friends, even though it sometimes takes me a while to get to it. Romancylvania? I have not heard of this. When people bring up the timeline, I start calling Link Zelda, Tusk says. Yeah, and I think Conga said something about the Mario Brothers, the instruction manual. It says that Bowser turned the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom into stuff. Doesn't it say he turned them into, like, bricks? Doesn't it also say he turned them into the clouds and bushes? I think the manual says he turned them into bricks, clouds, and bushes. Might be wrong. Might be wrong. I think that's why they have faces. If you want to share a link, Risefall, you've got to whisper them to each other. Links are all automatically blocked in the chat. Alright, cross your fingers, we're approaching death. We were doing really well. We were doing really well. I thought I was going to have that one. Alright, let me rewind a moment. The bricks you smashed in Mario Brothers are the toads that have been transformed, yeah. Excuse me. Are the bricks that we smash the ones that are transformed? One day the kingdom of the peaceful mushroom people was invaded by the Koopa, a tribe of turtles famous for their black magic. A quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere stones, bricks, and even field horsehair plants, and the mushroom kingdom fell into ruin. Stones and bricks. Didn't say anything about the clouds. Does say plants. Does that mean they're the piranha plants? I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I've been upside down for way too long. Everything that Mario destroys. Well, see, my thought was, because I had misremembered and thought that the clouds and bushes were also transformed citizens, and I was going to say that's why they have faces. And so then I was going to extrapolate that only a brick with a face is a transformed toad. But my hypothesis seems to have fallen apart. All right, let me just see here. So apparently someone has debunked that Mario is killing the mushroom citizens who have been transformed into bricks. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. The implication from the manual seems to be pretty grim. Is Romancylvania a dating game? It mixes a bunch of stuff. Yes and no, not at all. I don't know. I was hoping I could get another whip upgrade. Instead, all I did was get myself hit. Loyal says, I love Mario. We've got to get down on Mario Party again here soon. That was a fun night. I asked Jelly to keep an eye out for a copy of Mario Party for me. Probably, you know, if we do another Mario Party night, it's probably not going to be until December at this point. But I'll let everyone know. I'll let everyone know ahead of time in the Discord. I'll see who wants to play, and I guess we'll do a poll to see like what would be a convenient night. I don't actually own the game. I checked it out from the library before. Oh, this is gonna go poorly. I don't have any health for the fight. Yay! I beat him, but I died. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. A Christmas gift? Mario Party is a Christmas gift? I mean, maybe. I haven't gone out of my way to pick up a copy just because I don't know that I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it. It's alright. I know what I'm doing. Yay, and Thrifty Anvil, welcome to the stream, my friends. Holy water makes this easier. Oh, that could have been it. No. Oh, sometimes. Yeah. With a lot of Switch games, my local library stocks Switch games. So a lot of them, if I'm not sure about it, I'll check them out from there before so I don't have to spend any money on them. What did I just watch? We've come so close twice in a row. Why don't the hearts give you HP? Worst game ever. The party never stops when Mario walks in. Just got a Switch. Don't know what game to try first. Seems like everyone recommends Breath of the Wild. That was the first Switch game I played, and I had a magical time with it. I know it can go either way for people. There's some people that didn't like Breath of the Wild very much, but I'm not one of those people. I loved that game. It was a tremendously good time for me, and it changed a lot of the way that I play games. If my stubbornly blind approach to playing games ever annoys anyone, you partially have Breath of the Wild to blame. Breath of the Wild and Kirby's Dream Land 2. Those are the two games that made me the monster that I am. This one started off so good. I love Mario Maker 2, Conga says. If you like classic Mario and you're willing to put up with a lot of like trolling and nonsense, Mario Maker 2 is a really good time. The thing about Mario Maker, one of the things about it, if you're really familiar with the familiar with the Mario games on original hardware, it does take a little while to adjust to Mario Maker. The physics are different, and the input delay is greater. I've found it might vary depending on your TV. The thing about the input delay, but you know, I've connected the Switch to a couple different TVs and always found the input delay to be a little bit jarring. For Mario Maker 1, I had the same problem. Weirdly enough, for Mario Maker 1, I felt like it had a pretty bad input delay on the TV, but not on the gamepad. So I played all my Mario Maker 1, I played staring down at the gamepad. I would not play Mario Maker 2 in handheld mode, though, because there's no D-pad. You can actually swap the buttons around, though. You can swap run and jump. If you don't like the way the default is in Mario Maker. You can't customize the controls completely unless you go into the Switch, like the system menu, but you can swap the run and jump around. Because I had to do that, I believe. Let me just pause for a moment. Cal says, I do love Breath of the Wild, would recommend. I liked my first playthrough. Thrifty says, Mario Maker seems fun, but I'm terrible at platformers. I made so many levels for it, Conga says. I have a I don't I don't do a whole lot of level making. I do a lot more level playing than making. I don't feel like I'm very good at making I don't feel like I'm very good at making levels. I don't have much of a mind for it. My levels always either come out they either come out too easy and boring or too cryptic and difficult. I could never make a middle ground. Just saw we're going to be doing more Dark Souls tonight. Very exciting. That was a careless jump. Oh. That one careless jump set me on a bad course for the rest of my life. Why am I having such a hard time with this? How far would you say you are into Dark Souls? And question number 2, when and what will be your next N64 game? Those are both very hard to answer, Loyal. Where I am in Dark Souls is I am at the first boss in Anor Londo. I think it's the first boss. It's two guys. It's two guys that have to fight at the same time. That's where I am in Dark Souls. I don't remember their names. There's like a big guy with a hammer and a little guy with electricity. And it seems to be an incredibly difficult fight. When and what my next N64 game is? Hercules on the on Friday. If you mean what we're gonna do after Hercules, I'm not sure. I don't think I have, I don't have any N64 games in mind to do in the very near future. It was going to be Resident Evil 2, but then the battery was bad. And, you know, I can change out the battery and restart, but I kind of don't want to restart until I've had time to let it rest. So I can kind of forget a little bit of what we just went through. You know, kind of like when Hercules, when we lost our save file with Hercules. I let it rest for a long time so we could come back to it kind of fresh. We'll have to do I want to do the same thing with Resident Evil 2. I can't beat death at all. I'm getting so close, but I just can't beat this guy tonight. I actually had to see the game over screen. How humiliating. This whole run is a sham. Crusade Bear, welcome in. How's the night going so far? I'm doing pretty well. I'm struggling with the game, so I might sound a little sad, but I'm having a good time. It's a fun game. I've got some fantastic people keeping me company, so life is good. Thank you for joining us, Crusade Bear. Superman 64. I have to play that again. We've already done it once. I beat Superman 64 on normal mode, and when you beat Superman 64 on normal mode, the game laughs in your face and says, "You should have been playing hard mode the whole time, moron." And it won't let you play the last level. That's it's very aggravating. Lex wins, yeah. I beat the game, but Lex won. How's that work? Love N64 would ask that we do 007, The World Is Not Enough. I love that game. Obviously, on 007 mode, well, yeah, I mean, I don't always play on the hardest difficulty, but for something like that, I think I would have to. Big head mode. And yeah, Superman's punishing. It won't let you finish the game if you don't play on hard mode. Which I have very mixed feelings about. Mostly negative. Like, I think it's okay if a game locks you out of the complete game or the true ending if you lower the difficulty. But if you're playing on the default difficulty, I don't think the game should punish you until you should have known to switch it to hard. It's like, I played on default. The default difficulty is supposed to be the developer's recommended difficulty level. If I have to play it on hard to get the full experience, then have the game be on hard by default. Look at that holy water up there in my pocket, just laughing at me. I'm gonna die in this corner. Well, wasn't exactly what I thought, but it was still bad. Oh yeah, Lex, while you're bald. I resemble that remark from time to time. I have been known to shave my head. I didn't know that. I don't own a copy. Yeah. If you're gonna play Superman 64. You have to switch the game to Superman mode. That's what they call hard difficulty. Or you will be robbed of the complete experience. That's good. Sorry it's going rough, but you got this. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Crusade Bear. Thank you for the palms. I know we'll get it. It's just, it's a shame that I've been getting so close without being able to do it. Especially when, like, this is the first time we haven't gotten a 1cc in a while. I think having the game over screen come up is really heartbreaking. Thought you knew better than to only play on hard mode? What? What are you, a noob? I should have known better. I should switch every game I play over to hard mode every time. So that will never happen to me again. They're definitely, you know, we have a lot of Nintendo 64 games to play, and a lot that I want to play. I just don't have any on my mind for the near future. That was such a good opportunity. Like, I could have done so much damage to death there. There was only one scythe, and it was way out of the way. But I was expecting the 3 that usually spawn. I need more hang time. It's like, if I just jump, the sides will move under me before I land, and nope. What was your last NES/SNES/N64 blind playthrough? Oh, goodness. Probably Contra 3 for Super Nintendo. Maybe Crystalis for the NES? Why'd I get that? And N64... I mean... We're currently doing Hercules. Before that, the last thing I did blind on the N64... Good question. Might have been Mission Impossible. It might have been that long since we did something blind on the N64. That seems like a really long time, though. We did that. Oh no, Scooby-Doo. Classic Creep Capers. We did that one. That was awful. Mission Impossible was awful too, and Hercules is kind of awful too. Hercules is awful, but I like it. But I was just thinking, why are all the Nintendo 64 games I play bad? Oh, Superman. Superman was after Mission Impossible, though. So it's hard to tell. Let's hit reset. Let's start from the beginning. Practice is going real bad tonight. I want to get out of stage 5 for a while. Oh, thank you, Loyal, for the stretch break and the hydrate. I got a fresh bottle of water here beside me. Awful in the best way. Hercules is awful in the best way. I wouldn't have described Hercules as awful before our last session. I've really only had one bad night with it. But that dungeon was so rough. I think part of that's on me for so stubbornly refusing to buy any magic for so long. If I had given in earlier to the spam magic and cheese the bosses strategy earlier, we wouldn't have suffered so much. There's no snack break redemption. I've got a bunch of snacks on my table. I don't have to be told. I don't have to be told to eat those. All right, let's stretch for a minute. We've done snacks in the past. I used to have pistachios that the chat could let me munch on, and spicy peppers. And I've got those Bean Boozled jelly beans. But I just kind of ran out of my supply of pistachios and never replaced them. And I got tired of the beans. Peppers just became unobtainable for me for a while, and I just got lazy and stopped buying them. Occasionally, I bring something weird to the stream and just eat something weird on the stream just to do it. And we tried that fruitcake Mountain Dew last week. We'll do a magic bean though. How about we do one for old time's sake here? I've got there are 4 left in this box, and none of them are good. I mean, I don't know that, but one of them looks okay. It looks like I've got a buttered popcorn and 2 dog food and 1 toothpaste. So, or the other flavor, because they're one of either. So let's just grab one. Your powerful warm swimming pool drink. Yeah. Yeah, the thing about that is I'm the worst at describing what something tastes like, so like when I try these weird things on the stream, it's so underwhelming because I have nothing to say about them. Alright, let's see what bean we get. We got alright. It's either dog food or chocolate. I don't miss these. Wow. Wow, that's bad. Oh boy. Yeah, the dog food bean is so savory. Well, that was fun. There's my punishment. That's what I get. That's what I get for not beating death. All right, let's do this. We haven't. Jelly is off laughing somewhere. Jelly is probably asleep. Jelly lives on a normal person schedule. Mile High Roll, welcome in. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here because I know you're excited to see me get brutalized in Dark Souls in a little while. But I've got to get brutalized in this game a little bit more before we're ready for that. No, Frownie, we live on a normal person schedule. No, Mile High Roll. We live on an enlightened person's schedule. Which is ironic since we spend so much time in the dark. Did you beat ONS? What is ONS? Is that the double boss I was fighting last time? Yeah, well, I beat the big guy, and then the little guy merged with him, and they became an even bigger guy, and I got destroyed. And I was like, well, you know what? We'll do this next time. So I'm approaching the game with a lot of hopelessness tonight. There's a lot of despair in my heart. But you know, what else is new? Who would have thought they knew the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance? Yeah, that was the last stream for that. We're actually gonna do Dark Souls a little differently this week. I should tell everyone now. We're doing Dark Souls tonight, and we're gonna do it on Friday instead of Thursday this week. I scheduled things a little bit differently because I had to miss last night, and then also tomorrow night we're going to be playing C, the Contra Adventure on PlayStation 1, and I'm not really up to that game yet in my Contra playthrough, but we're going to go ahead and play that one because I actually found a copy of it out in the wild. So I have a copy of it now, but it's in really rough shape, and I'm concerned that the disc may not read. So I want to prioritize playing that game, because if I have to replace it, I want to know as soon as possible. And I don't know if that's going to be the only thing we do tomorrow night or not. It'll depend on how that game goes, I guess. If I beat it, obviously we'll do something else for the second part of the stream. We'll just kind of pick something random, I guess. But there's a good chance that I won't be able to beat it, and so we'll just spend the whole night on the one game. Or I'll get tired of it and we'll switch to something else. I guess that there's a third possibility. I don't know. I don't know anything about it except that except that it's probably not very good. Do 7 days of Dark Souls. I don't have the heart for 7 days of Dark Souls, Mile High Roll. Can you imagine if I spent 7 days playing one game that's way too hard for me, instead of juggling several games that are way too hard for me? I heard great things about the new God of War, Loyal says. I haven't even played the old God of War games. I don't know that I would like, I don't know that I would like the new God of War stuff. It looks very story heavy and very scripted. Looks very heavy on walking simulator portions. I don't want to collect that. Well, that all turned ugly. Flux, welcome in. What story are we telling here? This is the story of a man who cannot beat Castlevania with only the whip, but he keeps trying. The original 3 are the good ones, Thrifty Animal says. You know, well, you wouldn't know, but I actually had the opportunity to lurk in your stream a while, Thrifty. A couple nights ago when you were playing God of War 2, I think it was. I was trying not to pay too much attention to the game because I haven't actually played any of them yet, and I didn't want it to get too spoilery, but I had you up as my background company while you were fighting, I think you were fighting Ares. It was a guy with a bunch of spider legs coming out of his back. I watched from there until I lurked from there until roughly the end of the stream. It was a good time. You were good company, my friend. Petition to have Frownie play Death Stranding. I don't think that would go very well. Doing a replay of the God of War series, Mile High Roll says. Never finished as fast as I wanted to, so I'm playing God of War 2018 now. Hoping to beat it tomorrow. Move on to Ragnarok this weekend. Rakulam says picked up copies of Contra, Shattered Soldier, and Neo Contra. And have you played them? I have not. I've only ever played the NES Contra. I've played 4 Contra games. I've played Contra NES, Super C, NES, Operation C on Game Boy, and Contra 3 on SNES. Those are the ones that I've beaten. I did play a little bit of a port of the arcade version of Contra on the Switch, and a little bit of Contra on the Commodore 64. But the ones I've spent the real time with are the first 4 I mentioned. I haven't played any of the later ones. I'm very slowly working my way through the series. Are you saving ancient Greece? Well, in a way, I guess by defeating Dracula, I'm saving the whole world. I call Death Stranding UPS Man. Death Stranding is awesome, Mile High Roll says. Ever wonder what it's like to be an Amazon delivery driver? Try Death Stranding. Death Stranding has a lot of good things about it, Tush says. Never beat it, though. Frownie will save you if you need to sleep better. That's, that's... I like for the stream to be good sleeping material. Try never to get too loud and animated. Maybe a little bit every now and then, but... hopefully nothing to cause nightmares. I need it. I'm under attack by forces from the other side. Well, I wish you luck, endurance, and strength. Way too many games I need to finish. We all have a huge backlog. Yeah. If you want to see the backlog of games I've never finished, just put in the command collection. It's basically 90% of what you see there. All those games, all these games I have to finish, and yet I keep buying new games and playing the same old ones on repeat. How am I ever gonna make progress? What is this bat? Just one of Dracula's minions? I think so. I've never given too much thought to what the particular enemies are, or like why they exist. I just assume they're just all spooky monsters, right? What game would everyone recommend on the Super NES? That's easy. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It's the only one to recommend. That sounds like that's the only good game. That's not true, but it's easily, you know, top tier, number one. Same, Mile High Roll says. In regard to not finishing the backlog, I do believe. I always have to question why something exists when it can kill me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad to do. I'm just, you know, I'm just saying I'm not nearly as thoughtful as I'd like to be about games sometimes. I wish I were more analytical and observant when it comes to the games I play, but I feel like N64 games are the games that I'm best at, like, stopping and taking my time to look around. N64 games really capture the environments in N64 games really capture my attention in a way that makes me sort of slow down and look at things and think about them. Probably more so than anything else. I don't know why that is. I think maybe just because it's so easy to find weird things in N64 games. Mile High Roll recommends Super Mario RPG for the Super NES. I love Yoshi's Island on the Super NES. While you know, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is my favorite SNES game, Yoshi's Island might be my second. Oh, yeah, why'd I jump into that? I skipped the meat. I hope I don't pay for it. Alright, I knew I was taking a risk. You gonna try Super Ghouls and Ghosts? Right on. Best of luck to you. I have a huge backlog. I just played this whole God of War series when I should have been playing something new, my high roll says. Oh no, I picked up an item. Oh, my run is ruined. How in the world did I pick that up? Did I grab that out of midair? I didn't actually see it happen. That is the worst. That is the worst. Beat Super Mario World 2 and I love it. Right on. Yeah, I like Yoshi's Island quite a bit. I don't play it. For a game I rank so highly, I don't play it that often. It's kind of a long game, and it's really hard to 100%. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The run's ruined anyway. I will tell myself through my tears. How did I grab an invincibility? Ah, it's so irritating. Yoshi's Island is such a great game, has some really good music and gameplay to it. Also introduced the most annoying thing. Nintendo's ever created to the world. Ear-piercing Baby Mario cries. I think the most annoying thing Nintendo ever created is crafting in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Specifically, the inability to batch craft. You haven't played that one? I put a lot of time into that game. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, I played that game for, I don't know, like a week. I put hours and hours into it, and I didn't do a single thing to decorate my house for forever. All I did for my house was I turned the lights off and I set a baby doll in the middle of the room. And I just left it like that. And I waited and waited and waited until my sister finally came over to my island in the game so I could get her reaction. And I left it. She said, she goes in there and she goes, "Bro, why is your house so scary?" Oh, I laughed. I mean, you can tell I'm laughing so hard just thinking about it. I was... I was destroyed by laughter when I read when she sent me that message. Oh, and Mile High Roll, in regards to Super Mario RPG, I think he asked me if I'd ever played that. I played a bit of it. I rented it. And I actually think I got pretty far in it. But I've never beaten it. It's one we'll probably do at some point. I love that idea. EVO on the SNES is pretty fun and interesting, so Rackablam says. Exactly. Bro, why is your house so scary? I mean, for a while, I just wasn't decorating it because I wanted to wait until I built up a lot of like good stuff. It wasn't really worth it to me to spend any time on it until I had like a lot of good furniture and, you know, wallpaper and stuff. And then it just became like, once I got that baby doll, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, and it was all worth it. That was a game too, New Horizons. I had no intention of playing that. At all. And just Jelly bought it. Jelly bought it for me and brought it home randomly. And it turned out to be a great surprise gift because I sunk like 1,200 hours into it. Excuse me a moment. Something's going on upstairs. I might need to look into this. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to step away a moment. It looks like everything's fine. Frownie said something was happening upstairs. I suspect the kitties. It was actually Jelly. She was making noise, moving one of the chairs around. I use ROMs, don't hate me, I'm broke. I mean, that's, for a lot of games nowadays, really, that's just the way you have to go. I don't think anyone could begrudge you that. Start the game as an amoeba and work to evolve to human form. You can evolve and devolve throughout the game. That sounds interesting. I'm getting my water heater tomorrow. Soon warmth will be mine again, Cow says. GG, Cows. That's an awful way to live. Bamboozled by jelly. We were. We were. Um, I really want to make it past death at least once tonight. Can you believe it? I said earlier that we might do as many as 4 runs. I haven't completed a single one. It's been 2 hours. What is happening to me? I was so good at this last week. Tonight is not my night. Castlevania came to play. Castlevania brought its A game, and I brought my Z game. Jar Jams, good evening to you. I'm in pain. Ghosts. You know, I'm not afraid of ghosts unless I'm alone in a dark room. Or those few moments after I turn off the basement light and have to go up the stairs. For those few seconds, I'm very afraid of ghosts. It's a mandatory fear. Where's the wall chicken when you need one? Yeah, I need to pick up the wall chicken and put it in my pocket, save it for later. Just completely blocked someone on Facebook as him and his friends were gonna try and steal more than $400 from me. Good move, Jar Jams. Yeah, I wouldn't mess around with that. Wouldn't want to involve myself with people who have ill intentions for me in any way. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, or Clyde. Dressy Chalice, good to see you again. I hope you've been doing well. Thank you for being with us tonight. And you know what? I used to be afraid of those four ghosts, but when it comes to Pac-Man, I'm much more afraid. I'm much more afraid of the I don't know what you call them, the white outline and red outline Pac-Man and Pac-Man 99. I'm much more afraid of those than I am of the ghosts at this point. Thank you for the hydrate, Leo. I will gladly apply liquids. Christian, cool. Welcome in, Christian. Hanging out while I do my thing. I appreciate it. Best of luck with the whatever it is you're working on at the moment. A 50-50 chance a ghost will kill me. There's a 50-50 chance that ghost will kill me in those 2 to 3 seconds. Oh. Yep. Going up the stairs in the dark, or walking back to the house after if I have to check the mail late at night for some reason. Those are the 2 times. Those are the 2 times I'm afraid of ghosts. I don't know if anyone's had this dream before, but a recurring nightmare that I'll have about a ghost. Let me share this with you. You'll love this. I have a frequently recurring nightmare about ghosts. I'll dream that I really have to use the restroom, but the restroom is haunted by a ghost. and so I'm afraid to go in there, but I really need to. It's quite a bad situation. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that dream, but I have that nightmare from time to time. Then it becomes pocket chicken and the flavor changes not as good. Pocket chicken only restores a portion of the health of a wall chicken. There's no reason to check the mail late at night. You live in a rural area. Yeah, I'm not like super out in the sticks, but I live kind of away from I live kind of away from things. I guess you would consider You could kind of describe the place I live as a suburban type area, but I think that would give you the wrong mental image. It's like the rural equivalent of that, though, if that makes any sense. Uh For me, it's the stretch of hallway between the top of the stairs and my bedroom door. The stairs don't get me, but boy, do I scurry from the stairs to my door, Cal says. The guy and his friends are trying to steal 160K from me. My goodness. I don't think I've ever seen a. I think if you combine all the money I've ever seen in my life, I don't think it would total up to 160K. At least I wake up before it's too late. Yeah. if if I didn't, the dream wouldn't be the part that was the nightmare. The waking up would be. I thought you'd gotten away from that one. Things aren't going my way in this game tonight. I'm having real bad luck. If you haven't seen me play this before, I swear I've done really well a couple times. We were, last week we were just raking in the 1 credit clears on this run, and like I would do it 2 or 3 times at night, and I can't even do it once tonight. It's crazy. Where has all of my ability gone? I'm just completely trapped. More space between houses. A bit. There's more like there's sort of more untamed land around us too. There's more woods and a small river nearby, and the houses are like the houses are fairly modest houses. They're not Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Oh, the houses are fairly modest houses. They're not like they're all sort of older and simpler in design and scale. I grew up in Ohio, Dressy says, so I understand what you mean. I like it though. It's a good place. Oh, we finally get to see something that's not stage 5. I just noticed there's a no symbol on the holy water icon because you're doing whip only clear. Yes. Number 1. First try. All right, so we're actually going to spend some time on this level. I'm going to explore a little bit on this stage. I need to find out what's in these candles for another run we're gonna do. There's I believe, yeah, there's a stopwatch. Okay, that's what I needed to know where it was. Let me throw this life away. I want to make sure I can get that stopwatch without taking a hit. I don't know that I can. I mean, I'm sure there's some way, but... okay, if I get real lucky, that does it. I need to know where that... Thank you for the number 1s, and thank you for the trophy. I need to know where that stopwatch is for the any percent damageless run. That's basically the first candle we see after the bats start to appear. Because I'm going to need that to get through here when we're going for damageless. Yuck. Oh, cool. Loyal says, it's my bedtime. I've got to work tomorrow. So I stay alive another day. Thank you again for having a great place to relax and unwind. You're the best agent, Frownie. Thank you, Loyal. Thank you. You're much too kind to me, my friend. I hope that you sleep well. And I hope that your workday goes very smoothly tomorrow. So that you are indeed able to stay alive for another day and many, many more afterward. Oh, bogus. Okay, not using the stopwatch now. Just getting it. Just getting it as practice for later, since the run died a long time ago. Oh no. Well, that went much better than expected. I haven't learned the proper way to manipulate the bats to get through there. I just, you know... I know I want to jump at certain times to get them targeting places that I'm not in, but I understand the principle of what I want to do to get past them smoothly, but I haven't perfected a strategy by any means. All right. Ah. Oddly enough, Dracula's the easy part. Oops. My strategy doesn't even require that phase 2 begin in the corner like that anymore, but it's still nice when it happens. There's just nothing Dracula can do. There's nothing he can do about me. I'm a master of this game if you don't count every single obstacle before Dracula. Boat ladder, welcome in. Welcome in. You've just seen the completion of our warm-up run. It only took me 2 hours and 40 minutes to beat the game tonight. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed of myself. Oh. I think we've at least got to try to do another run. I'm not gonna to grind another 2.5 hours to get one, but I think we have to at least see if we can get another one off the ground in the next, like, 15 minutes or so. If we can't really get one rolling by then, maybe we'll just switch to Dark Souls, but... I would really like one decent run before the night's out. There's really only one thing I want to do in Dark Souls tonight. If I can beat that boss that's ahead of us, that's like that's my one big thing. If I can just beat that boss, I will consider the night a success. But I can tell it's gonna be a several hour grind. Alright, fingers crossed, everybody. Let's see how it goes. No music hype. Thank goodness the music does eventually kick in. If the glitch meant that you were no music through the whole game, like, I think I would have to reset it when that happens. It would be very difficult to play the whole game in silence, I think. Alright, not the prettiest bat fight, but that's okay. Oh, but yeah, Jelly added that that like Ghostbusters no symbol to the drawing. She did that midstream. I think last stream. I was thinking out loud about it, and she heard me while she was lurking, and made the adjustment. I think someone in the chat pointed it out first, though. They said that it shouldn't have a holy water because of the project. You know what? It just occurred to me, like, you can't you can't smoke anywhere indoors anymore. And the people that were really hurt by that change are the manufacturers of the no smoking signs. Their entire business was completely destroyed. The no smoking sign industry tanked the economy. My entire retirement plan was invested in no smoking sign stocks. I'm ruined. And the worst part is nobody could console themselves with a cigarette. The irony. Everyone who worked at the no smoking sign plant used to smoke inside on the job. And now they couldn't anymore. It's a premise worthy of the Twilight Zone. I've been having a lot of rough luck with the mummies. Throw in Mickey Rooney and you have a classic. I think you went a little bit too deep with me there. A little bit too deep for me there, Conga. They always had some faded star in an episode. Okay. I follow the logic then. I didn't know if he had some particular connection to smoking or something. Or sign manufacturing. No, my run is destroyed. Ah, we were doing really good. This was a good one. Oh, you never see the line where a joke becomes too esoteric. It's alright, it's not necessarily a weakness. If we never push the boundaries, then we never we never know our full potential, right? Is that the Undertaker? He's a Frankenstein monster. I'm not sure what he does. I'm not sure what he does by trade. He must have some sort of employment, right? I don't think being a Frankenstein monster counts as a job. Joke until they stop laughing if they ever even start. Wait a minute. People are supposed to laugh when you tell a joke? He works in the parts department, of course. What do you call a fish with a bow tie? Sophisticated. Nice. I like that one, Yake. So naturally, because because I trim my successful challenge runs, because I trim them out and post them as a separate video, I do sometimes sort of think about, what sort of monologue or conversation is going to be captured. If a run succeeds, and it's kind of a shame to lose this run because I feel like we had a particularly fine bit of nonsense conversation there that it would have been fun to highlight. But c'est la vie. I love the concept that some of these ridiculous conversations are immortalized forever. Well, I mean, most of them are, are captured. The thing is, they're just buried in the middle of a whole bunch of nonsense, or just a whole bunch of sort of garbage time. the bits of conversation that are able to stand up without the context of the game they're in. You know. Are a very small percentage of the conversation that happens during the stream. So it's the odds that a successful run is going to line up with one of them are pretty slim. I tried to watch Frownie's final level of Echo, but it was just him weeping for 7 hours. Super uncomfortable. Where did you get this? Where did you get this super abridged version that's only 7 hours long, Conga? SDMF Astro Creep, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight for some Castlevania. I hope that you're doing well. Oh my goodness. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Very happy to have you on board with us. No, I was in such a good pattern there for so long. No, he was down to 1. When it rains, it pours. Rakalam asked, the BRB screen you have are the Tombstones games that are forever dead to you. Yeah, pretty much. Let's take a look at it. Because I forgot what all are there. I could probably name them if I thought about it, but it's better to take a look. So we've got Echo, Scooby-Doo, Powerpuff Girls, and E.T. The thing about, so for Scooby-Doo, Powerpuff Girls, and E.T., those are all like placeholders for a whole bunch of games that are all equally terrible in the franchise. I can't really narrow it down to one there. And then the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the other one. Superman 64 could have a place there, but I haven't beaten that game, so it's not dead yet. I've only, I have to complete it on hard mode before it can be interred. Is that the right word? Good to be here. Astro Creep says, death is too hard without the holy water. Death is a nightmare without the holy water. Death is pretty much the only part of the game that I can't reliably make it through at this point. I've somewhat mastered the whole run, except for the death fight. No one has ever beat E.T. I've beaten several E.T. games. I will have you know. E.T. on the Atari, that game has like a 5-minute gameplay loop, and it took me like 12 hours to beat. I had the most abysmal luck with ET. And I have to blame it on luck, because I feel like after playing it for so long, like, I developed the maximum amount of skill that you can have at ET, and I still couldn't win because bad things kept happening to me. There are a lot of ET games, as I revealed to everyone's horror in January. I surprised everyone with an ET marathon. Yeah, there are 3 games on the Game Boy Color. There's a Game Boy Advance game and a PlayStation 1 game, and we played them all. And for those of you unfamiliar with the stream, I do point out, just as a matter of personal pride, I do have to point out that when I say we played these games, like, we take them to credits. I know a lot of people, like to sample bad games, but we really sink our teeth into them on the stream. When Frownie starts playing a trash game, we're stuck with it. And you better hope and pray that there's not a percentage counter. I gotta stop running my mouth. I don't have the mental hardware for talking so much. It's still, Superman 64 is still lingering, with Lex perpetually winning. Every day I don't finish Superman 64 is another day that Lex wins. Every night when I go to bed, the last thing I hear before I fall asleep is Lex wins. Every morning when I wake up, the first thing I hear is solve my maze. I should have said those in the opposite order. a true horror story. Someday we'll go back to Superman 64 and we'll beat it on hard mode. Let me pause for a moment and rewind here. But yeah, there are several ET games. And if you have to play an ET game, if you just absolutely have to play an ET game, I would recommend Escape from Planet Earth on the Game Boy Color. It's probably the most playable game. My favorite of the ET games was ET and the Cosmic Garden, but I couldn't recommend that one to someone in good conscience. It's very weird and repetitive. And the problem with it is that it's very repetitive. But I had a lot of moments playing through it blind. I had a lot of moments of discovery with that game that felt really good. There were a couple things. I won't give them away. Well, there's one big thing that when I figured out how one of the mechanics of the game worked and how it was predictable, it just amazed me. It took so long. It took so long to grasp it. It was such a simple concept, but yeah, there was a really good moment in playing that game. Um, have you beat Castlevania 1 before? Oh yeah, yeah. Despite what it may look like, I'm pretty decent at this game in general. Astro Creep, I've uh I've beaten it. I've beaten it deathless a couple times now. Um, Doing it like any percent, with the sub weapons and cheesing the bosses and stuff. I can beat the game deathless like that. Um, Whip only, I've only been I've been practicing whip only for a couple weeks. I've gotten maybe a dozen 1-credit clears in whip only, and it's I want to get a deathless run. Um, that's what we're practicing for. And I've gotten good at the whole game except for the death battle. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's I normally I'd put it in the title. I forgot to do that tonight. Yeah. I'm getting the whip power-ups, but I'm trying not to collect or use any of the no invincibility, no rosary, no sub-weapons. So it's not quite low percent, since I am getting the whip power-ups, but, it's close. And maybe we'll do low percent someday too, but for now, I just want to be able to beat it, with the powered-up whip. Get a deathless run, that is. Tonight's been especially bad. I've just had a terrible time with it tonight. It's pretty much been a complete reversal of the last several practice sessions. But that's, these things, they ebb and they flow. I'll do good at it again at some point. I speedrun the game, but I'm out on whip only and low percent. Right on. It's got another streamer that I'm pretty good friends with, Bel Air Jeff, was speedrunning this game. I think he's the only other speedrunner for it that I've met. That's sad. That's sad. Oh. Good guy, yeah. Jeff is good people. The only game I've done speedruns of is Castlevania: The Adventure on the Game Boy, on the original Game Boy. I'm not much of a speedrunner, but I did that game for a while. I was kind of pressured into it. Stay that way, life is better. Well, the thing about speedrunning is, like, to get like to get the most out of it, I think it's kind of a community activity. And that's like the really great thing about speedrunning, but it's also kind of antithetical to the way I like to play games. Because I really like doing everything blind and coming up with my own strategies and stuff for games. And like really with speedrunning, like it seems that the community is the whole point, like sharing strategies and ideas and stuff like that. And like I really admire how cooperative the best speedrunners are. But at the same time, like I just like doing things my own way, even if it's worse. So like when I do challenge runs like this, I try very hard to not expose myself to content for the games that I'm doing challenge runs of. Just so that my my substandard mind remains pure. I am untainted by intelligence. Sometimes worse ends up better. Oh, cool. We get to do this with the short whip. Angelus05, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in and welcome to your friends. We are about to completely humiliate Dracula. Well, not completely, because he did just defeat me, but which was a shame, because I didn't need to die there. I humiliated Death after he humiliated me several times in Aria of Sorrow. It's always, revenge is always sweet. Haven't actually gotten around to Aria of Sorrow myself, but maybe someday. Uh-oh. This is sad. I can defeat Dracula without taking damage. When I figured out that the Cookie Monster can be manipulated, that was a very happy moment. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you, Astro Creep and Rack of Lamb. Alright, and while the credits are rolling here, I'm going to take a moment to click through and look at Angelus's page here, and even drop a follow. If you guys want to take a moment, you can do the same. Aria of Sorrow. Oh, looks like you're playing Batman and Robin. I haven't played that game yet, but I want to. I've got the Genesis version of that game. And Mega Man Maker. You know me better as Child of the 80s, 1981 on YouTube. I've decided to branch out onto Twitch. I've decided to start with Harvester. I need to redo Harvester because I didn't know my streams would be deleted after so many days. Streams will now be saved to YouTube. I created my YouTube account just for that reason, because I want my VODs to be preserved, and you know, they only last so long on Twitch. But right on, I don't know what Harvester is. But I'll certainly try to drop in and give your stream a look-see if I'm able to catch you live at some point. Some Doom and some Resident Evil. Right on. Angelus plays a lot of retro stuff, my friends. A lot of stuff I haven't really gotten around to. The thing that's annoying, I remember when I played this back in the day before I could save state, had to leave the game on for hours. It was very frustrating. Yeah, my bedtime for me now, Sir Rackablam says, been up since 4 a.m. Well, thank you for staying up and spending so much time with us, Rackablam. I always appreciate your company, of course. And I hope that you sleep well. We'll look forward to seeing you again. I remember doing that. My fondest memory of leaving the console running was with Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. The first time I ever sat down to like seriously play and beat Ghosts and Goblins, I made it through the first loop in like an hour. It was unbelievable. Just amazing progress to the first loop. The second loop, roughly another hour. I made it to the last stage, and then I was stuck there. I was stuck on that last stage. I mean, technically, I was there for 14 hours. I don't know how long I was playing, but I was stuck there for so very long. I was doing it one day. I was off work, and my wife was working, and I'd been playing it, all afternoon. And she came home from work, and I said, "Don't take off your shoes. We're going out to dinner." This game has annoyed me so much that I have to treat myself to something that tastes good. And we went out to dinner, and I came home and I napped, and I just left the console running because I didn't want to give it the progress, but I couldn't face it again. And finally, when I woke up, I woke up and played it, later that night for however long it took, and I made it through that level and made it to the last boss, and I went and woke my wife up and said, you have to come and watch me defeat this game because I've been working on it forever, and I can't be the only one who knows I did it. That's why she's very happy that I stream now. She doesn't have to be woken up in the middle of the night every time I beat a game anymore. Oh, thank you for the follow, Angelus. Much appreciated. I will follow, but I have to unfollow someone else first. I didn't know Twitch had follow limits. Unfortunately, yeah. I don't know what the number is, but I've heard that there is a limit. Every now and then I go through and I go through and prune my follow list. I don't really like to do it, but I have to keep it open for people that I'm more likely to watch and interact with. But I thank you. I thank you for doing that. Let's see. You listed a time there. I usually stream around 12:30, unless it's the weekend. Then it's usually around 1:30 or 2:30. So I typically stream. I might overlap you. I don't know what time zone you're in. I stream from about 11 p.m. Central Time to question marks. My streams usually go for between 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in that range, and mostly weeknights. So I might be able to catch you on the weekend, but we shall see. I don't like to overpromise. I try my best, but I can't always make good. Can't always make good on it. You're in the Central Time also, right on. I've lived not my whole life, but the majority of it in the Central Time Zone, even though I've moved around an incredible amount. I was in Asia for a few years, but in the States, I've always lived in the Central Time Zone. I've lived in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Texas, and now Wisconsin. Like all that cool stuff in the background. Thank you. Yeah, I got my Halloween decorations still up. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to taking them down, but yeah. Ooh, I'll just blow them up kind of big here for a moment. But yeah, I got. I'm a little bit of a fan of Halloween decorations. We've got quite a few. Isaac is not a Halloween decoration. Isaac, my friend here in the trick or treat shirt, he hangs out with me year round. All right. I guess we need to move over to Dark Souls. I guess we need to move over to Dark Souls. I really want to stick with this, but I know we need time. I know we need time for Dark Souls too. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start one more run, but I might not stick all the way through it. I'm thinking let's just start one more, but I'm not going to commit to finishing the next one. The shirt just got me too, Frownie. I was like, I wonder, I wonder why or who took Isaac's shirt off. Yeah, that gave me a real scare. That gave me a real scare. Um, I came down here a couple of nights ago, and I was looking at Isaac, and I was like, I was thinking, wasn't he wearing a shirt? How did Isaac take his own shirt off? Is he alive? I looked at him. I was like, I could have swore he was wearing a shirt, and then I felt so dumb. uh, the garage door ghost. My skeleton has been possessed by possessed by the ghost that lives on my stairwell. Alright, no music. People can leave their Christmas decorations up all year. Why can't you leave your Halloween decorations up? I don't necessarily feel bad about leaving my Halloween decorations up. I do like the aesthetic, but I do have other things that I want to put up on display. So that's the real shame of not getting around to it. Isaac can be quite humorous. Very well done. Very well done. I always walk down those stairs. I don't mean to, but it's just like when I'm standing still, I want to tap the crouch button. And like, you know, when I'm standing still, I like to do that to, like, I don't know, keep my thumb awake or whatever. I don't know what it is. But but I do it near a set of stairs out of habit and start walking down them and risk getting myself into a nasty situation. So I am thinking about doing. I am planning to do a damageless run. I think I can do any percent damageless. Whip only. I don't think I will ever be able to do damageless. But any percent, I think I can. There's really only one part of the game that I'm afraid of not being able to make it through. But for whip only, I can defeat the bat without taking damage, but I mean, the Medusa, the mummies, Frankenstein, and death are all impossible. I can make it through everything else. Hey, Cap Sid, welcome in. What's popping? Well, we've been doing the whip only thing tonight. It's actually been, like, so far as my performance has been a really rough night. I'm having fun. I got some wonderful people keeping me company tonight. We are occasionally talking some exquisite nonsense. So it's been a really good night, but everything except the gameplay has been really good tonight. This 2D Dark Souls looks good. I completed one damageless run. Astro Creep says I'm out on doing that again too, I think. GG. I wasn't even really considering ever doing a damageless run. It's just the thing is, for whip only, my strategy for every boss is just arrive with a lot of health and tank the damage. and I've been playing it so much that now I can get through. You know, if I do really well, if I get lucky and I'm really in the zone, I can get through every level without taking damage. So, and then the bosses I can cheese with sub-weapons. So, you know, if I go on the grind, I think I can get a damageless any percent run. But, so I thought, why not? Why not do it? But whip only is just never going to happen. Well, that's alright. I see you've gone for a whip build. Nice. I really should go ahead and try this game. You should, Capsid. I hope you do. It's definitely worth playing. You can do it for sure. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll take care of that when the run is completed or when it dies. I don't think I can quite move fast enough to sneak in a drink while I'm on the clock. Something there about Rondo of Blood. I'm going to get to that comment in a moment. So I run the timer when I'm on a challenge run, not because I'm particularly interested in the time. Like I said, I'm not much of a speedrunner or anything. But it's a good way to keep me focused and sort of communicate, like, when I can pay more attention to the chat and when I can't. Alright, we're going no meat. Oh, scary. Sadistic Elf, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome to Castlevania. Is this original hardware? It is. It is. I play not quite exclusively on original hardware, but very close to it. I'm really lucky. I'm in a very fortunate position. I have a nice physical retro collection. Pretty much entirely by virtue of I got into retro stuff a long time ago when nobody cared about it, and it was all affordable. So I try to make use of it. You know, if I'm gonna be sitting on all this stuff, I really should use it. And it's it's partially that. Like, I don't have anything against emulation at all, but I've never found an emulation setup that I'm really happy with. Um, I'm really attached to the feel of the old controllers, and I like to play on a CRT screen. And I mean, I know there would be a ways to connect a computer to these things, but just I don't know. I don't know that it can be done without introducing input lag or something like that. So yeah, I pretty much just stick to the old stuff that I have, which limits me sometimes, because there are some games that I really like to play that are just crazy expensive, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to them, but we'll see. Zombie Chud, welcome in. Good to see you again. Welcome to whip only practice. No. Rip the run. We're trying to go for a deathless run. I'm kind of calling it I'm kind of calling it practice rather than attempts, because the death fight on stage 5 is still a huge obstacle for me. I am upgrading the whip. Yeah, this is not a low percent run. And it's not a true low percent run, but I'm getting the whip upgrades. And I'm breaking candles, and I'm getting hearts and money bags. I don't know if those are allowed in whip only or not, or sorry, low percent or not. I don't know what the rules are, but I am getting the whip upgrades. I'm trying to avoid the invincibility, the rosary, and any sub weapons. The other things I don't really see as the other things I'll pick up. The meat too, I'm trying to avoid if I don't absolutely need it, but if I need it, I'm gonna eat it. I'm trying to avoid it, but we'll see. Let me see. I need to rewind this. I missed a comment before. I have the Rondo of Blood remix of the boss music on my phone. I really wish Konami would release Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night on Steam. Rondo of Blood, because I've never played it. I haven't played that one either. I have Rondo of Blood on my PSP. That's actually where I have Symphony of the Night too. We played Symphony of the Night. I played that for the first time last year, and I had a pretty good time with it. I'm not crazy about it as other people are, but I think that in part, I don't really like the Metroid style games as much. They're all right, but I'm usually not crazy about games that have experience and leveling systems and stuff like that. There's something I'll put up with, but they're not really something I like in games. So I prefer the more straightforward platformer, classic Castlevanias myself. But I have played a couple of the Metroid style ones: Symphony of the Night, Circle of the Moon, and Order of Ecclesia. And to be fair, I like Order of Ecclesia a whole lot. I like that game a whole lot. Whip build, whip only runs. Try this game. I wish it was a Switch Online. Gonna need to emulate. Rondo's really good, but boy, is it rough. Doesn't look as sharp as emulation, but it's still cool. I got rid of all my retro consoles except for my Dreamcast. And even that has a disc emulator in it. Why not just get a flash card? I am actually, Sadistic Elf, I am actually interested in getting a flash card. I don't remember if I hydrated or not. Someone redeemed it, so it will double hydrate if I just forgot. I am interested in picking up a flash cart. They're just kind of pricey, so I'm going to have to wait to invest in one for a while. I don't make a lot of expensive game purchases. When I say that I prefer, the original carts and stuff like that, I prefer them if they're cheap. But I'm not gonna spend I'm not spending like $500 or whatever on a copy of Earthbound, for example. A flash card all the way. But I'm actually most interested in flash carts because I like the idea of being able to try out homebrew games and randomizers. That's what I really want them for. It looks like the upgraded whip, yeah. That's so arbitrary. Hey, the whole point of my challenge runs is arbitrary rules. These games should have been on the Castlevania collection. Yeah, I don't. Well, they are. There is a Castlevania collection. Right. There's a Castlevania collection on the Switch that has these games. There are two. There's the Castlevania Advance collection and just the I think it's the Castlevania Anniversary collection. I think it's got this. It's got the 3 NES ones. It's got 2 Game Boy ones. I don't know if it has Bloodlines and Castlevania 4. But yeah, on the Switch, the Castlevania Anniversary collection has a lot of the platformers. Rondo is really cool. I mean, Metroid doesn't have experience points either. Yeah, I know. That's why when people use the term Metroidvania, it's a terrible term. It's so clunky. I don't know. It's a terrible term, and it's not even accurate because Metroid and Castlevania, like Metroid doesn't have RPG elements like the Castlevania games do. They're not similar. And I like the Metroid games a lot more because they don't have experience in leveling and stuff like that. Arbitrary rules to increase the suffering. Exactly. Cows knows what's up. I liked Ecclesia the least for some reason. Oh my. I think the reason I like it is because I think that it's balanced to be played more like a classic game. They really make because one of the things about the games like that where you have an inventory and stuff is like you can cheese a lot of the game with level grinding and spamming healing items and stuff like that, and you can do a little bit of that in Ecclesia, but it's really hard to get through the game with the relying on those kinds of things. It's much better to approach the game like a classic one and sort of read the patterns and defeat the enemies like you would in an old platformer. I think that's what I like. That's what I like about it, is that it tries to get you to play more like that. Have the Advanced Collection on Steam. Rondo and Symphony should have. Rondo and Symphony should have been on the collections. Yeah, or at least released as a collection of their own. That's how I got Aria. I agreed. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Alright, so we're at 1 death. I don't think I picked up any items yet. I'd like to not need to pick up the meat, because I just feel like it's more in the spirit of the project, right? If I call it whip only, it's like, well, it's not really whip only if I'm using the meat, right? If you want to be really picky about it. I am still collecting hearts and money bags, but I'm not using them. If I don't collect any sub-weapons, I can't use any of the hearts. And if I don't use any extra lives, I'm not using the money bags. That logic then sort of falls apart when I'm very strict about not picking up a sub-weapon, because it'd be like, well, why does picking up a sub-weapon then kill your run if you don't use it? But yeah, the rules are admittedly arbitrary. Yeah. Yeah, death is the big hurdle for me right now. If I master fighting death, then I'll have this run. You know, it'll be virtually complete. I just haven't developed any I haven't really developed any techniques for death. I'm relying mostly on developing a feel for avoiding the scythes. But it's really just that. My approach to this battle is, it's not something where I can think like, all right, well, if I do this, I can manipulate death to do, you know, if I do X, I can manipulate death to do Y. It's more like just pay attention to what's happening and run screaming. Really, Dracula is the only boss in the game where I can either 100% read or manipulate his movements. Like Death and the Bat are both just watch and react. The Medusa and the mummies are stand your ground, tank the hits, and Frankenstein is sort of a combination. He's just slightly out of range, and I'm inching forward so slowly. I'm not taking advantage of a... No. Death, get down here, man. Let's go. First try, Death. Why did it have to happen on a dead run? If I hadn't died to Frankenstein, this could have been it. I think that's the second time I've done a first try death. I think it's been on a dead run both times, though. I don't remember if the run died. It must have been on a dead run, because I would remember. I would be heartbroken if I made it here on a single life and then I died on stage 6. I would be so heartbroken I'd never forget it. Oh, thank you for the follow, Sadistic Elf. I don't think I called that out before, but I definitely appreciate you coming on board with us. What happens if I just rush? That's not bad. No! Beat him with a whip that's better than me. I've yet to do that at all. Well, believe me, it's not any matter of a natural talent or skill. It's all just playing the game a whole lot. That's kind of the way all my challenge runs. They just come from playing the game a whole lot. Now, some of the other games that we've done deathless runs in, like Contra or Super Ghouls and Ghosts, if you go onto YouTube and you search that title, you search Super Ghouls and Ghosts Agent Frownie, you're gonna see 100 videos. You're gonna see 100 videos with that title. That's just me on the grind with the game, trying to get good enough. All of my practice is recorded. And the numbers of hours are not pretty. Oh no. I should have turned him around earlier. Uh-oh. When he does that glitch where he's standing a little bit off the ground, that has been known to mess with my ability to manipulate him. I always get scared when I see that. But hey, victory! damageless Dracula. Here we go. Much better run, right? Look at how horrible we started the night. This was a good run. 1 death. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. 1 death run. Oh, if I can just do 1 death better, we'll have it. But that is it for the practice for tonight. For this game, we are gonna finally move over to Dark Souls. But man, it took me 2.5 hours to complete the first practice run tonight, and it was trash. And then this one was good. This one was really good. I'm glad we did one more. I feel much better about ending things on this note with the game for tonight. So I don't know when we're gonna get a chance to try this again, though. We might be able to do a few runs tomorrow night. But probably Monday next week is gonna be my next chance to play this. Because our schedule is pretty packed with other things right now. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do another run, but this week. But I don't know when it will be. Maybe Thursday or Friday. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not saying anything of value. But yeah, I wanna keep going with it. But we're doing so many things on the stream, it's hard to find time for them all. Dark Souls I want to play, but have yet to get a copy of it. It's always $40 on Steam. Yeah, I got it on the Switch. I don't remember what I paid for it, but probably full price. Dark Souls has been fun. I've been playing it for a while. It's my first playthrough, and we're doing it completely blind. I'm doing no research. I'm not accepting any help or explanations from the chat. And it's not the type of game that I've never played a Souls game or anything really like it. I don't do a lot of modern games. I don't do a lot of RPGs. I've got a million potentially amusing disadvantages, but I keep making progress, so I must be doing something right. People are watching the playthrough, and they keep telling me that they're screaming at the monitor because it's so frustrating how much I don't know, and how bogus all of my ideas are. But people have been good about not helping me and not spoiling it. So when I do discover something, it's a magical moment. I always try to buy games on sale or get them in giveaways. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I've been sitting on Dark Souls for a while, though. When the Switch... I don't remember when Dark Souls came out. Was it released kind of earlier on the Switch? When the Switch first came out, I was in a position where I could be a little financially irresponsible, and I was kind of swept up in the in my love for the new console, and so I was buying a lot of stuff on the Switch when it first came out. So I'm thinking that's probably why I ended up having Dark Souls. I don't do that. I don't do that anymore though. I for games for me, for most of my Switch games, I check them out from the library. I tend to only buy them if there's something I really love or something I feel like I need to support. All right, my friends, I'm going to take a short BRB. I'm going to step away and stretch my legs and actually, you know what? I am going to do that, but let's switch the console first because this takes a moment. We're going to move capture devices. The audio might get a little weird for a moment. There could be a loud noise or two. Hopefully not, but this is a clunky process. If you haven't been here before, I use a wooden sword. This is how I reach the buttons on my consoles, so I don't have to get up. It's I think a rather brilliant idea I had to make use of this. You see, when I reset, it breaks my heart because when I have to reset the game, it breaks my heart because it usually means I've done something bad. But at least I get to have a little bit of fun. I get to play with a toy sword for a moment when it's time to reset. So that's the silver lining. I'm heartbroken, but at least I get to play with a toy for a moment. All right, let's get some of this stuff off the screen. I'm going to want to be over here. And a much smaller. All right. Do I still have mic? I do. Nice. I plugged I switched one of the USB devices when I plugged the second one into the USB port. I felt a lot of resistance and I was like, "Oh, did I actually manage to plug that in upside down? Have I broken something?" I guess I don't know that I haven't. Nope, that's the wrong camera. We have video. We have incredibly loud audio. Speaking of resetting, I was playing Final Fantasy on Steam, revisiting the game. I haven't played the NES or any version of the game since I was a kid, and I managed to get past the Earth Cave and beat the Fiend of Earth. Unfortunately, no one saw that because I didn't stream properly. So now I have to get myself back there before Tuesday because I plan to continue it. I haven't played that game, but I definitely am am no stranger to the heartache of losing progress. It's happened. We lost our save files for Resident Evil 2, for Castlevania 64, and for Hercules on Nintendo 64. Um, each of those playthroughs, we lost progress. Hercules was the most devastating. Resident Evil 2, we hadn't made that much progress, so while it was inconvenient to lose it, it wasn't the end of the world. Castlevania 64, we lost a lot of progress, but I loved the game anyway, so it wasn't really a problem to have to play it again. It was more like I got to play it again. Just updating the title, and then I'm going to take that BRB that I was talking about. All right, that should be good. So, like I said, I'm going to step away for a couple minutes. Thank you for being here with me through the Castlevania grind, my friends. I wish I could tell you for sure when I was going to pick it up next, but I don't. I don't know for sure when I'll find time to squeeze it in on another stream this week. It could just happen anywhere. Hopefully, it will be by Monday at the very latest. Though I wouldn't necessarily like it to rest that long if I can avoid that. Um, but yeah, we're gonna keep practicing, keep going for the run. We're one death away, so that's really good. But if you'd like to see some of the disaster that is my Dark Souls playthrough, then just stand by. I'll see you again in a couple minutes.